Now David said, is there still anyone who is left of the house of Saul that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? And there was a servant of the house of Saul whose name was Ziba. So when they had called him to David, the king said to him, are you Ziba? He said, at your service. Then the king said, is there not still someone of the house of Saul to whom I may show the kindness of God? And Ziba said to the king, there is still a son of Jonathan who is lame in his feet. So the king said to him, where is he? And Ziba said to the king, indeed he is in the house of Carrie, the son of Amiel in Lodebar. Then King David sent and brought him out of the house of Carrie, the son of Amiel from Lodebar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, had come to David, he fell on his face and prostrated himself. Then David said, Mephibosheth, and he answered, here is your servant. David said to him, so not fear, for I will surely show you kindness for Jonathan your father's sake. And I will restore to you all the land of Saul your grandfather, and you shall eat bread at my table continually. Then he bowed himself and said, what is your servant that thou should look upon such a dead dog as I? And the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said to him, I have given to your master's son all that belonged to Saul and to all his house. You therefore and your sons and your servants shall work the land for him, and you shall bring in the harvest, that your master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, your master's son, shall eat bread at my table always. And Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then Ziba said to the king, according to all that my Lord has commanded his servant, so will your servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table like one of the king's sons. Somebody say amen. Amen. And if I would leave a thought with you today, it would be, who dropped you? And when are you coming out of Lodebar? Amen. Who dropped you? We know, if you read the rest of the story, you know that the reason Mephibosheth was laying on his feet was because he had been dropped by the lady that was taking care of him. I guess if we thought about the place, Lodebar, I guess we all might have our different meanings of the word, but one of the meanings that I found was that Lodebar was a dismal place, a place of no pastor, no hope, total desolation. And sometimes when we've been crushed by life, or when we've had so many things happen to us in our lifetime, sometimes from the time we were young, and other times we had a good childhood, but when we grew up, we had trouble later on in life. So we've all had our places like Lodebar. On this week, God gave me this message a little over a week ago. And when I found out that I would be ministering this week, I don't think it was a day past that I didn't find myself trying to go down to Lodebar. I felt just like I had been dropped. And seemed like the more things came, you know, I wanted to back on up and load them up. But I told myself, you know, and I told God, I said, look, God, you brought me too far. I've gone forward too long to be going backwards now. And see, this is where we miss it a lot of times. This is why we continue to